welcome to this episode of BDuBs Thoughts. Now, as you know, the 2011 WWE Draft is officially over. Now, we're going to take the time to sit back and go over the entire draft. For a lot of draft picks were done today during 12 o'clock, in which 12 o'clock Eastern Time, in which we witnessed a lot of changes, the roster being shaken up, as Vince McMahon would say. So, we know about the big drafts that happened on Monday Night Raw. John Cena, Rey Mysterio, Alberto Del Rio going to Raw, while Randy Orton, Mark Henry, Sin Cara, Daniel Bryan, Mark Henry, Sin Cara, and Randy Orton going to SmackDown. Now, let's talk about the ones that happened during today's supplemental draft. We had Jack Swagger, Kelly, JTG, Drew McIntyre, Kurt Hawkins, Chris Masters, Tyler Reeks, Kofi Kingston, and Beth Phoenix jump into the flagship program, Monday Night Raw. Then, on SmackDown, you had Daniel Bryan, Great Khali, the Usos, both of them, Alicia Fox, William Regal, Yoshitatsu, Natalya, Ted DiBiase Jr., Tyson Kidd, Tamina, Alex Riley, and Sheamus all going to SmackDown. This has got to put SmackDown over, ladies and gentlemen. With former world champions, you got Sheamus and Randy Orton and the Great Khali, three former WWE/World Champions on this roster alone, just in this draft. Nobody really takes Great Khali as seriously as a former champion. Hey, SmackDown's where he won the title. Would he get another title run? You never know. I think this is a good opportunity for guys like Daniel Bryan to really showcase what he can do. Everybody knows Bryan was real big as Daniel Bryan in the independent scene. That's why fans loved him. You know, he finally in the big league. Can he come over to SmackDown, perhaps show his wrestling abilities, and perhaps take the show to a bigger place? Only time will tell. Ted DiBiase Jr., you know, him and Orton back on the same show again, this time on SmackDown. Be nice to see if those two could go against each other. Alex Riley, we could see what he can do without being the Miz's sidekick. You know, he was the Miz's pro in NXT. I mean, Miz was his pro. You know, he was the winner in NXT. Let's see what he can do. Natalya and Alicia Fox, always good to see them two on the same program. Two of my favorite female divas right now, both of them who have really good wrestling skills. Mark Henry, I think this is the time for him. You know, 10 years in the business, good guy, give him a chance. You know, he makes out as a great heel in my opinion. You saw what he did with The Undertaker. Him and Undertaker had great feuds. I think perhaps him and Orton can go against each other. We also have, like I said, Tyson Kidd. This is a chance for him to perhaps maybe show off what he can do. You never know. Look at Dolph Ziggler. Who would have ever thought Dolph, as small as he is, would have been in a world title match at the Royal Rumble? A match that he and Edge, in my opinion, stole the show that night. Del Rio to Raw, like I said before, not real big on this move. Perhaps, you never know. Del Rio possibly, you know, seeing him and Cena, that could be something. You just never know. The move I'm really happy about is Kofi Kingston going to Raw. Back on Raw, him and Orton had some great battles. Kingston had a good run on Raw before. I think now, you know, maybe perhaps I would like to see a heel turn with him. He's another one like R-Truth. These guys kind of been nice playing with the crowd. They get the little pushes here and there, get in the, not so much main events, but they get in the matches like the Elimination Chamber matches, the Championship Scramble matches, and then, but, you know, you forget that they were in there, but they show off. So, you know, I would like to see Kofi Kingston perhaps take on a John Morrison in a #1 contenders match. Drew McIntyre, one of my favorite wrestlers out there right now. The guy's got it all. Some people like him, some people don't. To me, Vince calls him the chosen one. He's the chosen one for a reason. I think McIntyre finally being on Raw is showing that he is groomed to be the WWE champion. Beth Phoenix, this is a move I was look for because this gives her a chance to give you finally the match you want to see. And what better program to put it than on the flagship program of Monday Night Raw, putting Beth Phoenix and Awesome Kong, getting, you know, I'm hearing that her name is going to be Karma. Only time will tell, ladies and gentlemen. Tyler Reeks, another big man, he could come out there and perhaps show something different than what anybody else is offering. So I would like to see what he could do. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining this episode of BDuBs Thoughts. Be sure you tune in because the Extreme Rules is coming, and I will be giving you my predictions. Thank you for joining this episode, ladies and gentlemen.